This is my recap and reaction to the Sister Wives Season 17 Tell-All Part 2. In this crazy tell-all episode, Kody gets really weird when he's asked about Robyn, and he accuses Christine of ruining a lot of his relationships, including his whole marriage with wife number one, Meri Brown, basically. The episode starts with the host breaking it to Meri that Kody says he considered getting back with her, but there was some family get-together and Christine lost it and stormed off, which he says changed his mind. Robyn says she saw Christine storming off and heard about it, but I find this whole story super questionable. At first he said, Meri got him a good birthday present. Then he says the present was for the anniversary. And historically on the show, when Christine disagreed with Kody or fought back on something, he was never like, okay, I give in, just like that. Meri's like, I don't know what you're talking about when the host tells her. And Meri says she never knew about that at all. Poor Meri, that's all she would ever want, for Kody to go back into her arms. And this whole story will probably make her hate Christine. I'm literally annoyed at this whole story. Robyn says she heard that story too, and says that she thinks if Christine hadn't flipped out, that Kody and Meri could have reconciled and things would have been better. Please. Does anyone actually believe that? Christine says that there's no way she wouldn't have supported Meri and Kody having a better relationship. She says it's a lie and Kody twisted things. So let me know what you believe. Meri says she wasn't there and she doesn't know what happened, but that she loves him and he's chosen not to love her. I honestly still don't think that Meri should have divorced Kody, but that's just my opinion. Then they take a walk down memory lane, or dysfunctional memory lane, but sometimes it's kind of nice to go back and hear about stories about when they were younger before the show. Kody says that he married Meri, and it was actually hard from the start, and then Janelle diluted the relationship. Who wants to be a dilution in a marriage? Yay, a dilution, They start talking about how Janelle and Meri would argue over detergent, should you put oranges in the fridge or not, things like that. Christine says that Meri is more confrontational, and Meri used to get upset over how, the kitchen was cleaned, what they cooked, and Christine never knew if Meri was mad or not, so it was inconsistent, and Christine was just totally done with that. And I can understand that. Kody starts talking about that time Janelle left the family back in the day because she couldn't be with Christine and Meri any longer, he says. Janelle wasn't fitting in with Christine and Meri, apparently, and that there was some type of Christine and Meri club. Janelle remembers it differently. She says basically that she had made a pretty good life for herself in Wyoming and just kind of didn't want to leave. Kody goes on a rant about how Christine had asked to be in the family originally. We all have heard all these stories about how Christine was so desperate to be with him and stuff like that. And, he says that it would kind of make him cool or something to have her in the family because she was polygamy royalty. He says, "Oh, I was a polygamist. It was all ego, baby." Keyword was a polygamist, was. And this totally makes Christine seem like some feather in his cap or some type of trophy wife or something. But it is true that Christine is from a family who has a very big history in polygamy. It dates back. And they play for everyone the knife in the kidneys scene where Christine also tells Robyn she basically doesn't want anything to do with her anymore. Robyn can't even look at the screen. It's a cringe scene. The host asks Kody, who can you trust? And he says that's obvious, but he won't go all the way and say who he trusts. Obviously, it's Robyn. He says we can discuss that at a later time. Like, hello, just say it, Kody. He's so savage about everything else in his confessionals. Why wouldn't he just say, I trust Robyn? And later again, he'll refuse to say something ridiculously simple about Robyn. So it's not a tell all the way. Apparently, Robyn is off limits for Kody for some unknown reason. It's not even like controversial stuff. We learned that Kody saying that Christine wasn't a good sister wife is because she would just like vent to him all the time. And, just like everyone else in the world does, or complains to their husbands. Robyn says that Christine did make snarky comments and excluded her at the beginning, but it didn't seem like Christine was like going around thinking of schemes about how to be mean to Robyn or anything like that. It just wasn't that deep. Kody goes on a rant about how Christine pulled all these relationships from him to assuage her guilt, and calling him a bad man is the only way she can get a man to trust her, because if a new guy thinks she left a good man, he'll think, that's risky, he says. But that ship has sailed, and, he said he never loved her, essentially, on national television. So the next guy, he just needs to watch the show, and he's probably not going to think, oh, Christine left this perfect marriage. They talk about the goodbye scene next at Christine's house and how much of a train wreck that was. And the host starts talking about Christine's type, maybe for her next man. There's like a player in a game that looks at his wife really with adoring eyes, and she likes that. But otherwise, she says Shamar Moore is her type. So, clear to say, she's looking for anyone the complete opposite of Kody. Can you imagine if Shamar Moore actually DM'd her after listening to that? Like, imagine. At the end of the Tell All Part 2 episode, Suki asks Kody to describe his relationship with Robyn. Seems like an easy enough question. I expected him to say something like, it's great. But Kody looks at his watch and acts like he can't talk about his relationship with Robyn. He's stalling, thinking, smirking. I don't know if he's fighting against the whole Robyn is his favorite thing, but he's being weird, like really weird. He could have just said, yeah, we have a great relationship. He does have a good marriage with Robyn. Why is that so hard to say? I guess there's more of that coming next episode. We shall see in part 3. But otherwise, thank you so much for listening the whole way through. And I can't wait to see what's in this tell-all part 3. Will this be the big finale where something dramatic happens? I don't know. But join me next week and I'll have more Sister Wives updates coming up. Bye, guys.